Well, I couldn't think of a better time to do a garden tour update, so I just grabbed my phone and started recording right in the middle of a garden. Started last time I started over here with the cucumbers and the herbs. And this is some kind of melon that just came up in my yard because I grew, I don't know, it was from compost or something. And then the rest are cucumbers. I haven't gotten any off these yet, but plants are going crazy. And there are quite a few little ones on there, but they're just not quite ready yet. But over here, this cucumber plant, the leaves are looking pretty rough. I actually took a lot of the lower leaves off because they were just getting these spots. I don't really know what it is. I don't really look into diseases and stuff like that. I just try my best to prevent them and maintain them. But we do have a couple of cukes on here. Might be some hiding that I don't know about. But yeah, not too much production on this one. But finally some sun golds. Got a few ready. This is a little one. Sweet. This is the most I've gotten at a time so far. Before there was like 2 ready at a time, and then another 2, and then 3, and now we have 6. Finally enough for a salad or something. The onions are actually getting bigger, I see, a little bit, but they're all clumped together and there's not much space, so I don't expect too much from those, but they were given to me, so I had to find a spot for them. And the corn, still haven't gotten one since I harvested the first one that wasn't fully ready yet, but I might actually get this one tonight. I can feel the kernels. You know what? Let's do it right now. There we go. Awesome. Got some corn for tonight too. There might be a few more on there that are ready then. But that's cool. And so I recently built these. This one has lettuce mix that sprouted within like 2 days, which is really cool. And then I planted carrots in the middle row, and then green lettuce over here. And then this one, just a few things will come up. I have to water this one so far. Oh, and then some chard actually. This is the first time I noticed the chard coming up over here. So that's cool. I gotta get some water on that. And still no tomatoes ready from our containers yet, but looks like we do have eggplant about ready. A couple more coming too, little ones. Pepper's almost ready. One of them so far, looks like. Actually, should take this one off I think, so it helps encourage fruiting, but I'm gonna wait till I have my snips and all that. Still getting strawberries every few days, like 1 or 2 of them. Oregano and marjoram, and then I got this container from my grandma the other day and planted spinach in there. And for all the recent this in these 2 raised beds, I just been going to this composting center near us and just filling most of it with wood chips and leaf mulch and stuff like that. And just the very top layer is I'll take it back a little so you can see. It's just a really thin layer of soil just for the seeds to plant, just to cover the seeds up. So I just put the seeds right on top of that stuff I get from the composting center, and then cover it with Pro-Mix or topsoil, or potting soil or whatever. Tomato I planted from a sucker. It's doing pretty good. It looks like we are gonna get some, which is cool. The arugula is just going crazy. I just keep cutting it. Every week it comes back, which is nice, and it's spreading around. Sage and parsley. Cabbage is still getting tore up by snails and slugs and all that, but the leaves came back. I took them all off. I might do that again if it gets bad, but so far so good, and the beets are looking good in this bed. Glad I transplanted some. I transplanted these beets from over here because they were just too crowded, and too many cucumber plants in here are just taking over. Like all the roots right here, those are all cucumber roots, and they've gone all the way over, and they're just taking over. So I don't think I'm getting any beets from here, but we got some greens, so maybe we'll get a few more. Yeah, some cucumbers over here. I think I'm gonna make a little jar of fermented brine pickles, maybe tonight or tomorrow with the cucumbers we have right now. So when I set my rain barrels up, you could see a video. One of my videos shows my rain barrel setup. So when I got them, they had canola oil in them. I think they sat for a little while because I put some soap in it and shook it around a little, and rolled it around in my driveway just to try and clean it, but it was really crusted on there, so it didn't really clean it. So I didn't want to use a bunch of our well water, because we actually dried our well up in the beginning of the summer when I was trying to water grass seed that I planted. I was just watering it for an hour a day. And yeah, I dried up our well. It just used too much water too quick, and so yeah, that's why I set up the rain barrels. But I was like, alright, well, we were getting a lot of rain, so I thought just by putting some soap in there and letting the rain water just kind of clean it out, and then soak in there for a while, it would clean out. And well, I checked it the other day because the water coming out of it was pretty yellow. So I realized there's definitely quite a bit of oil still in there. So I looked in there, and it was nasty. There was like oil at the top and almost looked like mold, and there's some algae in this one because it gets a lot of sun over here. So I covered them. Well, I emptied them out totally, and I brought them over and I scrubbed them out really good this time. And I brought them back and I covered it with this tarp so it doesn't grow any algae. And now I think we're ready for some more rain because I had to use the hose to water today because that barrel's almost empty. It's down to the level where the spout comes out. So there's another plug at the bottom where I can put some more out if we really need it. But so yeah, the well is fine now. It was down for like a week or so. Actually, no. Like 2 weeks. We let it rest, and then we finally fired it back up, and it's good now. So I'm just really trying not to use our well for our garden. But I think that's all for now. Thanks for watching and hanging out.